Hey, I'm attempting to do, I've never done this before, but I'm attempting to do some sort of a mailbag type of deal here. I get, as you can imagine, I get a lot of email. I get a stupid amount of email at times. And I also do get a lot of email that are essentially the same questions. So I'm going to try to get some of those out of the way today. Okay. Let me see, this first one. Dude, your shit is insane. I like how that starts. Okay, I'm actually not sure how to pronounce his name, so I'm not even going to try. But he says, dude, your shit is insane. I can't believe the Holden Toaster video has been up for 2 years and I didn't check your channel. If I had seen it when it had just been uploaded, I would have been working on how to make it just about now. You had to be on the pipe to be inventing this stuff. Actually, no. No, I don't do drugs. I do what's prescribed to me. Those are fun. A little bit of beer here and there, and I'm trying to kick the cigarettes. No pipe. I'm not personally an electronics type of person. I understand chemistry rather than circuitry, but I want to learn how to make a goddamn Super Nintendo toaster. He's really determined. Did you video document the synthesis of that? If so, you should totally release it. Cheers, bro, Alex. Oh, his name is Alex. Okay, I'm an idiot. I did not document the creation of the Super Nintendo toaster. There's a good reason for that. The process is essentially exactly the same, almost exactly the same as building a Nintendo toaster. The only difference is it's actually easier. You don't have to, hang on a second. Other shit. Should be wearing gloves. Yeah, so the difference between a Nintendo toaster and a Super Nintendo toaster is the Super Nintendo toaster is actually easier because you don't have to build the video application circuit. You just tap the signals, the audio-video signals will come straight off of the board where the multi-out connection is. Just, you can rip that off the board and run some wires out, put the multi-out cable wherever you want, or you don't even have to use multi-out cable. But other than that, it's just the plain old 7805 that's in there. Doing the truck, 10 volts in, 5 volts out. It's practically the same. So if I was to make an instructional video, people would be like, what the hell, I already saw this, because there would only really be one part that changes, or there'd be one part I'd be taking out. So there's really not much of a point of doing that. Shit. Okay. Yeah, I probably should wear a glove. I'm not known for my safety. That's a good sear. Hi, my name is Vincent, and I was turned onto your channel through a video on Cinemassacre.com about the Sega Game Gear. I know which one that is. I watched your most recent video about it, and a few more, and I am just astounded with some of the things you've made. Fantastic work. Well, thank you. I unfortunately lack any skills in your department. I was wondering if there's any way I could create a Nintendo toaster for me, like James Rolfe's. I would be willing to pay for it, even send you an extra Nintendo I have. Just let me know, and we can begin to make plans. Thank you, and I can't wait to see more of your stuff, Vincent. Well, thank you, Vincent, but I'm sorry, the answer is no. I do not have the spare time or materials. Thank you, truck. I do not have the spare time or materials to really go into something like that right now. I have a full-time job, and when I'm not at work, as you can tell, I'm a very busy man. When I'm not at work, I'm grilling all the time, 24/7. It's ridiculous. There's a lot of meat to grill. No, but seriously, I don't want to, that is true. I don't have a whole lot of, spare time to do that kind of stuff and the materials, and it's just, when you involve money, things just tend to get dirty. I'm not here to sell anything. I'm here to share ideas, you know, share project ideas, maybe inspire other ideas for other people to do things, and just share information. And I'm not here to sell a product. I've never, you know, set up this channel or the website to sell you something. That is true. In the past, I did auction off those Nintosters that I had built, but that was just, you know, essentially to get rid of them, to get everybody a fair chance at it. But I'm not, you know, taking commissions for them or anything. You may ask, well, why do you build things for the nerd then? Well, I look at it this way. I'm a fan of his work too, and this is just me kind of. It's a way to pay him back for the hours and hours of entertainment that he's given to me, and also in case of the if you take the Genesis mod, or not the Genesis, the Game Gear mod, for example, I did that for him so he can turn around, and you know, him and Mike specifically, can turn around and give you more hours and hours of free entertainment. So it's really kind of a gift to him and everyone else that watches. It's not just, you know, going from one person to play around with, and even if that's all he wants to do is play around with it, that's fine. I felt like doing it. That's why. It was an experiment. I made one. And here's another question that I get a lot is, how do you know James? How do you know Mike? Well, I don't, actually. I have never met them. I've never called them. I've never spoken with them or anything like that. I actually know them through another friend of mine that went to film school back with them back in Philadelphia around early 2000s, 2003, 2004, something like that. And when he learned that he was having trouble with the Jaguar, he dropped my name, and James emailed me, and it was just kind of, the rest is history. But no, I've never actually met him face to face, or even spoken with him on the phone, for example. But I would like to. That would be really cool. Someday. Man, look at those grill marks. That's awesome. Oh, hell yeah. This chicken's gonna come out awesome. You don't even know. Shut up, car. Okay, here's another email. Hi Richard, I just want to say that I am extremely impressed with the Super Gen Atari that you built. It came to my attention from an episode of Angry Video Game Nerd where he mentions it. I would love to build something like it, and was curious if you had a tutorial written or if you would write one about how to put it together. Thanks, Chris. Well, you know, that was a very large project for me. It took me a long time. I was very unorganized when I did it, and I've kind of been wanting to build another. I may build another. I'm not going to be doing that right away or even anytime soon, but eventually I have a feeling that I'm going to build another Gen Atari, and if/when I do, I will document the process from start to finish, and I don't know how I'm going to put that together at the end, but I'll figure something out, because I've had a lot of requests for that. Well, I've got to let that cook, so I'm going to go inside. Okay. Next one. I'm going to withhold the name on this because I'm not sure. Hey, I was wondering if you could possibly make a new Super Gen Atari and sell it to me. Please! I'm sorry, but I'm really poor and the most I can pay is $35. No. I'm sorry if that was a legitimate email, but I have a feeling I'm being trolled. $35 would not cover the cost of one of the 4 consoles that goes into that project, let alone all the materials and my time. Maybe add another 0 to that, and honestly, with how much time the last one took, add another 0 to that, and maybe we can talk. But honestly, what you probably want, they already sell something similar to a Gen Atari now. It's called the Retrocon 3, something like that. It's the three systems, Genesis, Nintendo, Super Nintendo, no Atari in there. If you want Atari, just get an Atari Flashback 2 or something like that. Or Ataris are pretty easy to come by, and duct tape them together. That's fine. $35, you can do that. But otherwise, I'm sorry, I can't help you. Okay, here's another one. Actually, this is a pretty good one from Brian. I've been watching the Nintoaster instructional video many times to get the hang of the video amplifier before I try putting it together. I recently checked out your website and noticed the Super 72 connector. But one thing I'm trying to figure out is, do you just epoxy the Game Genie connector to the one half, or do you solder the pins together before epoxying? I know time is scarce for you right now, but I'd love to see a how-to video for that if you get a chance. Thanks so much for all your ingenious creations. By the way, I never owned a Jaguar, so when you were trying to fix James's Jaguar CD, that was like getting growled at. What was it like getting growled at constantly? I hope to hear from you soon. Well, it was terrible. I hate the Jaguar. It's just an awful piece of shit, and that was a nightmare to work on. The Super 72 connector, what he's referring to is this. It's actually on my website. It's been up there for a while. It's a drop-in 72-pin connector replacement for the original NES, the non-top-loading model. And what it does is, if you do it right, essentially turns it into something about as reliable as the connector on a top loader. Yeah, I'm going to make a step-by-step instructional video on how to make these, and I'm going to do that pretty soon. And in fact, it'll probably be one of my next ones, because I need a break from some of the other stuff I've been working on. So, yes, very good question. Thank you. There is an instructional video coming for this. And this. Okay. I'm going to end on this, because this is probably the best email I have ever received in my entire life. And, oh, another question. This is an e-cigarette. It's not a real cigarette. I know somebody was going to ask in the comments. It's inevitable. Okay, this is from Mike. Hey, not sure how much email you get. Wait, I can cut through that. All right. I was recently laid off from my job at Toys R Us after 5 years. I wasn't able to pay the bills, and things were getting very bad. I've been a huge AVGN fan for a while now, so I naturally saw your toaster and the Action 52 episode. I later saw you had an instructional video. With nothing but time and 0 hits on any job, I decided to build a Nintoaster. Having no experience with electrical engineering, I was forced to learn a lot and began to love it. I was unsure of how to build the video amp, so I sought out the help of my brother's wife's father, who is an electrical engineer. After I finished the toaster, I brought it back over for him to see it. 5 months later, yesterday, actually a long time ago now, he sends me an email offering me a job at his company. He told me to come over for an interview today and bring the Nintoaster so everyone could see it. Thankfully, I finished the Nintoaster version 2 with the stereo sound mod a couple days ago, which looks better than the Nintoaster version 1. Well, today I went in for an interview and they were all very impressed with the Nintoaster. So much so that they gave me the job on the spot. I hope you're doing something I love, making twice the amount I've ever made in my life, because your Nintoaster design and you took the time to make the instructional video. Sorry I went on so long, I just really felt you needed to thank you. Cheers, Mike. That's how you do it. That is how you do it. That is what I want to see more of. Take the idea, improve upon it, learn. It's all the journey. I mean, I could just sell you guys Nintoasters, but I mean, what? There's no fun in that. I was like, oh, you have a Nintoaster. Great, so it's a Nintendo. You're playing Nintendo games on it, but you didn't learn anything about what went into building it. This is more of, I mean, the whole reason why I'm here is to kind of, show off projects and share information, and bounce ideas off of people and have people bounce ideas off of me. And look what happened. That is not the first time that a Nintoaster has landed somebody a job, by the way. Might have been me, wink wink, not saying for sure. But yeah, there's something to it. So I would say You know, I'm not sure where I was going with that. That's all the email I printed up. I need to go check on my chicken. Check on my chicken. Yes, I need to go check on the chicken I'm grilling. God, that sounds weird. I'm gonna check on my chicken.